Hey, there we go. Good afternoon. Sorry we're starting a little bit late this time. It is Tuesday, April 3rd, 2018. My name is Jeff Fritz. Welcome back to my live stream. I call it Fritz and Friends. And today I'm wearing my Penn State hat because Villanova won the men's basketball national championship last night. Thanks for the host, Def Chatter. And I'm not a Villanova graduate, but I'm from the Philadelphia area, and Villanova is actually 10 miles, not even 10 miles. Yeah, 10 miles that way. So we're pretty proud of our Wildcats, but my Penn State Nittany Lions, where I did go to school, won the NIT basketball tournament last week in New York City. So that's pretty cool. Stream is offline, huh? Is that what the bot is saying? You know what? It didn't reconnect. Give that a try again there, Bruno. You should see it pop up. So let's see. So that's why we're going with the Penn State hat. I've been fighting with drivers here. You know what? Let me restart. Let's restart the bot and see if we get a different message coming out of this. But it just goes to show that I'm going to need to fix that issue. Here we go. That should come up in just a second. There we go. But once that gets loaded, come on, little fella, get connected. And then I want to take a look at some Docker stuff today. I've got a couple questions out there I want to make sure we answer. Whoa! You know what? I'm getting in some internal server errors coming back from Mixer. But I am connected to the Twitch chat. So... Oh, that's nice. That's really nice. There we go. This is what I've been dealing with this morning. So, I started going to stream here, and I got a warning that my NVIDIA drivers were preventing streaming from starting. Huh? NVIDIA? You need to log in with a two-factor authentication social account in order to get access to download NVIDIA drivers. What a crock. I just want updated drivers for my device, and it's blocking me from doing anything. So I go to click install, and this is the message I keep getting after having it spin for 10 minutes. Installation cannot continue. And as you can see, zero details about why it can't continue. It literally stops. NVIDIA, you're on my list. I'm not happy with you there, friend. Log in with Facebook. Yeah, then the Russians can approve it. Try this one more time, clicking the Express installation, and just see what happens. As is, I've already got enough problems with our friends over on Mixer. I'm really not thrilled with how those interactions have been working. Let's see if we can get uptime coming in from Twitch. There we go. I can get it coming in from Twitch. But I continue to have problems. And look at this. Installation can't continue. I've clearly got a network connection. But NVIDIA is blocking me from doing anything graphically intense with my machine. And that makes me feel bad. And I'm going to let them know it. Right now. I mean, there's nothing I can really do here. I'm blocked from using my GeForce card until I install updates. And your app keeps reporting that it can't install. I'm showing all my friends on my Twitch stream exactly the problem I'm having. Please help. Alright. No way they're gonna actually do anything about it, but you know what? Gotta complain to somebody, gotta tell them what's going on. So good morning to all our friends there in the chat room. That's great. I love seeing you joining me, even though I'm starting up a little bit late here, the after lunch stream today. Yeah, and so we've had problems with Mixer pre-tweet, double and quadruple entering messages into the chat. That was pretty rough. Good afternoon, Cryptrix. I've seen a number of folks submit some subscriptions that came through, and my event list down here doesn't appear to be up to date either. Let's refresh that. See if we can force a cache update. Nope, it's not showing me the new ones. What caused the duplicate message in chat? Don't know. The Restream folks say that their services look like they're running fine, but the content that we're seeing from Mixer, and Mixer only, was quadrupled. So, don't know, and the Mixer folks aren't answering my emails. So, they're not answering my emails because I'm not a gamer streamer. I don't have enough followers on Mixer. Even though I'm a coworker of theirs and I've talked to their manager, they still don't want to help me. So I'm trying to get a little bit of push and help on that. Conversely, the folks on Twitch have been very helpful. So, not quite sure what to think of that. Okay, so let's see where I want to start off here. Are there Mixer MVPs? No. There are Mixer partners, is what they call them, and that's the only way that you can get scalable video, right? Where they'll scale your video for you on Mixer. AI-driven email sorting. No, actually, I've gotten real people. I need to shout louder. Actually, I've spoken to managers. So, we'll see what happens. But if you know folks over there on Mixer, yeah. Okay. Let Twitch affiliates and partners get that video scaling. Exactly. I get the video scaling on Twitch. I politely requested and said, hey, I work with you, and I'm trying to do stuff that helps Microsoft. Can you hook me up with that? And no, nothing came back. Not happy. Oh, thanks, Skyhoshi. I'm doing all right. I had a meeting at my daughter's school today. Look at this, and I've got these. My light is not balanced properly here, and I'm not. Let's see if we can fix that. Ah, that's wrong. That's better. All right. Yeah, my green screen. I moved things around in here, and yeah, look, now I've got it funny down in the corner down there. So that's what I get for trying to start so early. And it's weird because my camera does the auto light balance, the auto white balance and stuff. So this one, right? If I get rid of that one altogether, that's actually not too bad today. If I do that, it's that one, right? And I moved the screen around a little bit. That's not going to work. Not that way. Let's see if we can go back here a little bit and paint it. No, that's not going to work. Nope, that's too close. Too close. I was always doing it up here. I have it clamped to my desk here. See, and it's just not. I had these all set right, and now they're just not behaving at all. It does. The lighting makes it look all wacky. Let's see. Maybe I need to configure this video, because that looks really bad. No. Oh, come on. That's not going to work. A little bit dark. Pump up the gain just a little bit, and if I can... That's better. That's better. Alright. Yeah, ghosts. Yeah, right. Is it my light source? No, my lights haven't changed. Sometimes when I put the green screen behind me, it's not quite flat, or I have it at a slight angle. Alright. Let's talk about this bot that I've been working on. So I started working on a bot. I did a little bit of refactoring over the last few days because I wanted to start making this a little bit easier to manage. Because the way that we did have it, the sample chat bot that John gave us was really nice. Does a couple of things very, very easily. But I wanted to take all these commands, and we had just a simple switch statement to go and send commands, process commands. I wanted to break this up so I could actually put them into command objects. And those command object classes then could focus on just processing and doing whatever that command is, right? So I've got commands like ping, echo, and uptime, and you've already seen some folks try the uptime command. I want to make sure that these are easy to manage, and I can add new commands in the future quickly and easily, right? And be able to test them as well. So my chatbot itself, ooh, look at all those using statements, go away. I've started renaming it to FritzBot. There's a couple places where it's still called SampleBot. But it can take in, I already did some refactoring here on my constructor. So I can start to test it. I have a configuration, I have a collection of chat services. So right now that's Twitch and Mixer. And then my logger that I connect up to. So it will monitor chat services and it will respond appropriately on each one of those. I don't know what you're talking about, Brenda. So I register commands. I have a series, well, I have a little bit of reflection that I wrote here that'll go find things that implement I command, like you see over here, this interface. And this interface is very simple. Chat service, this is the name of the command, and a description to go with the command so that I can output some help text, and then actually execute the command. So I just go find all of those I command objects, create an instance of that command, and stick it into what I call my command registry. So that's a little dictionary. Oh, look at that, doing a very similar approach. I had not seen the way that you do it at all. The command dictionary just seems like the better way to do this than running a switch statement. That, and I'm about to do something a little bit more complex at the end of this. So chat message, I go and I parse it apart, make sure that it starts with the command prefix, which right now is a exclamation point, right? So you can throw exclamation point help and in the chat room, and it will show you a list of the commands that the FritzBot currently supports. So I'm looking at Brendan's code now and working on adding a command to his bot later. Oh, cool. So I have a user key and we check to see, make sure that folks don't send commands too quickly into our bot. Log information appropriately to indicate what type of command was executed. And I actually think I might need to change this a little bit. And here are the commands that it pivots through. So my command's too fast, just checks to make sure that you haven't been sending it faster than my cooldown time. And then if a user joined, if a user left. Now, there's a couple things that I want to do to this. What happened with NVIDIA drivers? Saw the tweet. Did you manage to install it? Nope. Nope. NVIDIA still just is blocking and will not load. And it makes me feel bad. So I'm not sure why you aren't getting... You know what? I bet you the bot crashed because it couldn't connect to... I was getting a mixer error. Let me try running that again. Here it comes. Hey, how's it going, Shellax Thor? Alright. So you can see my NVIDIA drivers... I've got a really fast network connection. And it's not loading. At all. And that makes me sad. So, yeah. You know, it's like, hey, the whole reason that I got... There you go. Now we can try running that help command in the chat room, and it should work. Right. Help. There we go. Supported commands. Fantastic. Simple. Not quite where I want it to be. And what the heck is this doing that it's not installing? I get zero information. There is no log, and there is no data returned from this. And it's actually... So, look at that. That's actually not my new Fritzbot account that's responding to that list of supported commands. Oh, wait a sec. Wait a tick. I got the... Do you want to allow your app to make changes to this device command? Let's see if it actually does anything this time. No. Nothing. Literally sitting there and makes me look stupid. So there's, right? So, Sudoku, you're actually pointing out some additional features that I want to add. When you say help and you pass in another command, I want to tell you a little bit more about that command. It seems it's disconnected from Mixer. Well, I'm not seeing anything. Try it again over there on Mixer, Bruno. It is... I do have a message that it is connected as Fritzbot on Mixer. That's literally what we're doing today on your stream. Oh, all right. Didn't know that. So I want to do this little bit of refactoring here. Echo hello. Yeah. And of course it's okay. Ignoring command uptime from Bruno. Cooldown active. So give it 30 seconds. We'll try it. Looks like I've been missing some fun. Stupid meetings. No. There's always plenty of time for stupid meetings. And this is literally doing nothing. NVIDIA. Might send some PRs over. Cool. That's fine. She worked for me, but not for Bruno. I'm not getting those messages coming through here at all. Alright. Let's take a look here. So, I'm not going to go into Mixer because... And why it might not be working on Mixer, because, like I said, I'm starting to care less and less for Mixer. And I'm going to continue to throw them under the bus. And I don't care who hears it. Alright, so I've broken out. I've got a couple of commands here, and I've even moved everything to load some quotes. So you can actually do a bang quote, and it'll send some quotes over to you. And now I want to make sure that I have my... I'm using the right... that I'm using the right account to connect to Twitch. Where is it? Nope, that's the wrong account. Let's see if I can get that to pop. There we go. I'm going to log on to that with this machine. ID and that password. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab from my user secrets file over here on right at my user secrets for this project, which I believe are crumbs. Where's the user secrets folder? If I go user profile, no, it's app data, isn't it? 1 second, app data, yeah, that's where I want to go. So it's under my name, app data, roaming, and then it's like Microsoft, user secrets, there it is. Now, the user secrets for this project, if you haven't seen this, you can do an edit on your project here. In ASP.NET Core, we embed this GUID here, user secrets ID, and that actually maps to a folder name in your app, in your user profile. So I am going to open with Notepad. There's my user secrets. Let me copy in for Twitch. I have a new client ID and information that I want to use for my Twitch, the connection to Twitch. I've got two different connections I need to make. So let me just copy this value into there. Check my client ID. Nope, different client ID. It's weird. There's a client ID and there's a user ID that you use for these three. And I apologize, I'm not watching the chat room right now. Alright, so let me restart the bot one more time. Now my bot, in case you don't know, is sitting in a Docker container. That way I can pick it up and move it wherever I need it. The past access token was not valid. Wow. Oh. That's not, that's terrible. Oh my gosh. I just generated this access token for, it's a bot chat token. Yeah. But that's not, oh, crap. Access token is this now. No. I hate this. This token generator website won't let me copy content. I ran into this before. No. Alright. Actually, wait a sec. Wait a tick. Bot token. 1 second here. I've got to do this thing with their website. I need to use a different account. I'm trying to get it to log in with my Twitch bot account, and I'm feeling terrible about this. I'm sorry. Nope. It will only let me log in. Whatever. You know what? No, it won't let me copy. You can't be serious. No, won't let me copy. This rots. I hate having to be too smart for my own good for this. Alright, one more time I'm restarting this. And if it doesn't work, if I see a PR with a command that has Magnus' name, please don't merge it. Okay. Now monitoring Twitch with 0 followers and 0 viewers. Are you freaking kidding me? This is going to be one of those days where just nothing works. Let's take a look here. Localhost 8000. Yep, looks like it connected to the channel, and I'm not getting any of my Twitch follower information. Oh, you're freaking kidding me. Alright. So if you go to Dev Twitch TV, I'm already logged in. I'm going to go to my dashboard. See, look at this. I've broken everything now. I have, not an extension. I want an app. And everything's running slow too. This, of course, failed installing my driver. I'm batting 1,000 today. I feel like, all right, so here's my one developer application. Manage, please. Thank you. Here's my client ID. And the client ID is okay to share. No one really gets upset about that one. But the client secret, I can click here and open. Okay, so I clicked new secret and then completely... Nope. Alright, one more time, and I'm giving up if this doesn't work. You should not do this on stream, actually. No, the client ID I'm okay with. It's the client secret that I can't share. Yeah, I'm getting all kinds of errors now from both services. Well, that feels great. You're kidding, right? Now monitoring Mixer. Join channel. Okay, so the Fritz bot is connected to Mixer. Hosted service indicator. No. Wait a sec. I didn't click submit on the Twitch page. We're all itching to log into Fritzbot. Yeah, I'm sure. Nope. Twitch will not work for me. You're freaking kidding me, right? I don't know what's going on. I don't like that there's like 4 different websites that all say, here's how to generate your token. It's like, what? And this one by the folks who built the Twitch library really doesn't work for me. Oh wait, there was a thing with my user ID, had to be something else. Alright, hang on. This is what I've got going on right now. What's that? Weirdly, checking secrets is one of the reasons I use the page I shared with you. Not good on stream. Right. TwitchStatus.com. What's going on over there? Nope. Everything's up. What's annoying is, right, get my Twitch user ID. There's a user ID number. Get user ID by username. And it's the API to integrate and do this stuff is just awful. Well, here, let me. It was down. Let's see. With V3, you can go to this and it'll return what your ID number is. How to get the user ID from a username. And of course, look at that. 404 going to that page. They changed their API. Get Twitch user ID by username. And if these don't line up, it just breaks. Somebody had built a website that'll just output this for you. That doesn't work. That, yeah, 404. Nice. It was down? Let's try it again. Waiting. Nope, I'm getting 0 followers, 0 errors, and I'm getting errors all over the place on my services today. This stinks. I am not happy with that at all. But there's a website that you can go to. I think it's something like that? No. And my login is this. Not found. Yeah. They changed their API and stuff just breaks. That'd be fun to do to get user ID. You should use request on the Twitch 5 API. Right. So that's where I was. API Twitch TV. I'm at /kraken/users. You're saying I should go something like this and say client ID equals, and my client ID is right there. There we go. That's my ID. But I really want that. And I want that ID. So I'm going to pass that ID. My client ID is fine. My chat token that I want to generate should be for... Alright, so let me come down here. Where'd that thing go? It's... Yeah, I'm still not getting the right number of followers. Which makes all my gadgets and things not look and feel right. Alright, I don't want that. Alright, Fritz bot. Because I want to make sure I get the correct access token. And I feel like I want to add... Yeah, I'm going to add all scopes. then I'm going to copy out this access token. Alright, and paste that in there. Save. Now, oh, come on. This is awful. I am so sorry. Are you sure it's getting your followers and not the bot followers? Positive, because I'm having it point to the C# Fritz stream. Joining channel C# Fritz as Fritz bot, now monitoring Mixer. Application started. But it's still showing 0. Because what I do in my environment variables that I configure, I'm not going to show you all of this. I tell it to go to the Twitch channel and check the Twitch channel followers. So here, I'll show you. Twitch service. I am now following the bot, so if you get one, you know it's the bot's followers. No. Nope. Didn't appear. So what this does is, so it grabs the client ID, that's not a big deal, but it's the channel that it's actually following. So start monitoring, it opens for the client ID and it passes in an access token, but it gets all followers for the channel ID. And the channel ID that I'm checking for is, oh, it's pulling for my user ID. Hang on. Maybe you're onto something here. That user ID should be that other number that we pulled. What was it? The Twitch API. API Twitch TV / Kraken / right users C# Fritz client _ ID equals. Well, that'll explain a lot if that's truly what it is. And then my client ID. Oh, oops. And that does explain a lot. Alright, one more time here. Here we go. But the bot actually connected that time. I am now following the bot, so if you get one... Yeah, that wasn't... I don't think that was it. So let me bring this up so now we can see. It's connecting. 14 minutes later. I know, this rots. I'm so sorry. This is a terrible start of the day. There we go. Now I'm getting the right count of folks. And now this refresh. There we go. Looks a lot different than when we last left it, huh, Sudoku? Yeah, I need to make this a little more descriptive and where to get some of these values because this is not cool. All right. So my services are connecting properly. All right. Now I can start refactoring and going after these things. So, over here, the bot, I already started pulling out some of these into command objects. But as I looked at the different commands that I have here, I need to pass the user in, and then I want to pass almost the full text of the command. Hey, Chef Brent, good to see you. Streamtools.services, have all the service. That's not a link, Nightbot. But I could see that this project could go to a point where, yeah, you're right. One of my followers sent me a PR with the steps to configure the bot. Said this. Yeah, there we go. All right, I am So what I want to do is I'm going to change my command interface here, where I'm taking in a collection of string parameters, and I want to pass in string username and then string full command text, so that we can actually act on that appropriately. So I'm going to come up here to help, and I'm going to fix this so it has the same parameters as my task, as my execute here. So I'll just paste that in. And for help and for ping, I don't really care. Right? And actually, I'm not done ping yet. Quotes. So quotes, we got that one working. That was easy. All right. Now, so this is where I needed to do a little bit of work with ping, right? Because my ping command is a little bit different than just... right, I need to actually have the username to whisper back to. And down here, I need to actually pass in some of that information. So I'm going to pass username always into the execute command, and who cares if it's ignored. Segments was a way that the initial bot was busting up and identifying the various information about the command. But what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to grab segments is eMessage substring 1. I'm just going to grab eMessage and pass that over. You know what? And let's just say substring. No, let's just say eMessage for right now. So we get that passed on. Love how much that looks like my bot now. Stop it. Alright. So now I have that information being passed in over here. So the ping command, this is all I really want to do. So I'm going to cut that, go into my ping, and then for execute, I'll just remove and put that. Let's do... So I want that async. If I make this not a dink. So chat service needs to exist. I need to use that one. Cool. That was easy. Oh, this is just username. Alright, so now it's a little bit simpler, and this is going to be real easy to test. Stream tools services could be a library, whereas shared services and chatbot and other projects connect to. You're right. You're right. That'd be a great refactoring that I could do. Now, what I want to do, and we already saw Sudoku kind of hint at it. Let me finish the echo command here, but I want to turn around these commands and allow you to say help and pass in the command name. Go find that command and output the description. So you can actually get a description of what these things do. So let's create another command. We'll create the echo command. So I did Alt-Shift-C and to bring up my add new class, and I'll create echo command. And we'll see it appear here above me. Thanks, Visual Studio. You put it in the wrong place, you turkey. Dot commands. Cool. This is an I command. I want to make this public. Implement that interface. Here we go. Now, I don't get this. Why is my getSet property throwing not implemented exceptions instead of just being an auto property? That angers me. That annoys me. I want that different. Name. So this is the command that I pass in to run this. So we'll just make it echo. And for my description, repeat the text that was requested by the echo command. All right. Now the actual, right, it's going to go inspect the whole segments object and figure out what to do. We're going to simplify that. Cut that out. All right. And we want to make this async as well. So segments equals full command text. It was substring 1, and then there was a split on the space, so we get the various segments of it. All right, so instead of this being chat service like that, I want the full chat service because I'm passing in a reference to what service you're on when you request this. Let's see, username. Yep, we want to pass that in. Skip, we need our link statement. Done. That's easy. So now it can echo those commands back to whoever requested it. Next up is Uptime. So Uptime is looking for a chat service that's also a stream service. And when it finds it, it's going to go check for the uptime and appropriately echo that information. Report that information to the stream. So you should be able to run Uptime in the channel, in the chat room right now, just like that. And now I feel shame. Interesting. Interesting. Why am I not getting any information coming back? Somebody else try that. I thought... Right? The bot doesn't check to see if it's me. Right? Register commands. Chat message. Yeah, it's not receiving and logging that information at all right now. Can you attach a debug on the ASP.NET Core website? So right now, I can't because they're on 2 different machines. But I have a feeling that I'm going to need to do that. Alright, I'm going to move this uptime. I'm going to create the uptime command real quick. Do that simple refactor, and then we'll look at doing some debugging here. So I'm going to control dot, implement the interface, and there's that stupid get set. Alright, so this is uptime. Report how long the stream has been on the air. Alright, there we go. And then I'm actually going to execute and do something with that. So let's do everything but the break. Because I no longer have it constrained to just get the mixer service. Alright, array find. I don't need to go across the chat services. What I can do is I can say var svc equals chat service as I stream service. Just return if it doesn't. Return task dots completed tasks. There you go. Alright, now I need to throw an async on this. Make that complete. What don't you like there? Is an async, return must be followed by an object expression. You know what? Fine. Haha. There we go. And that should do it. Pattern matching. I could do pattern matching. But this works for me for right now. I don't care. I'm fine with that. I will... Oh, look at that. It's even suggesting it. Yeah? Show me. Me. Okay, fine. Alright. That should all work now, and if I look back at the Fritz bot... Right, now I don't have to switch at all here. I can get rid of this switch statement. And I don't have to break. So now I'll try to find that command. Here's the chat service, and then execute. What I do want to say is else. Which one is it? Yeah, chat service. So I want to say send whisper. I'm going to write it back to that person that sent the message. Unknown command. Try help for a list of available commands. Let's throw in a wait in front of that. Good. And then I want to exit at that point. Alright, I am going to kill the one that I have running. And let's try running this. Try get value. I'm going to put a break right there. Let's see what happens. Yeah, none of my numbers on the widgets have been updating properly from Twitch. Look at this. Look at this. I'm getting all kinds of nasty gram errors coming in here. So connecting to the services, joining as Fritzbot, monitoring Mixer, monitoring my fake service. I don't care about... I should turn off the fake service. Yeah. I've got the wrong tokens now over here for my Twitch stream tools, which means I'm not going to get anything coming in there. Yeah, stop service. Go ahead. I don't care. All right. 1 second here. I'm going to update my tokens over here. Let's see. Manage user secrets. This is so annoying. I really am not a fan of this. Let's see. And I need that new chat token. And I regenerated my client ID, so that won't work either. Alright. Bazinga. Here we go. I'm just going to put that right over there. Let's try this one more time. Ninja cat watching eye. Here we go. No cooldown set on this, that's fine. Let's see, do we have any nasty gram errors coming up? No errors. So I should be having my Signal R loaded and running. So I'm going to refresh. That's my Twitch followers, and I've got errors coming off of Mixer. But I've got my appropriate number of viewers coming back. Great. That's appropriate. That's what I'm expecting. And that feels right. Let's try some of those commands in the Twitch chat room now. Joshua9088, thanks so much for following. Please don't add a Ninja Cat emote. I don't plan to. Nope. Nope. No commands coming back now. Why is that? Let's take a look here. I have that break right here. Let's put a break in here. Put a break up there. Let's fire another command in. Because this was working the other day. It's not connecting and receiving those chat messages at all. Right? I'm not getting any of that stuff. Alright. Let's turn off that fake service. I'm really annoyed with it right now. App settings. Fake enabled true. Alright. Stream services fake enabled true. So I'm going to go tools. I actually have this available as a, right? Because it's inside my configuration, I can add it as an environment variable here. Stream services fake enabled false. That should be double underscore, shouldn't it? Right? Stream services fake enabled false. Right. Because when I'm debugging on stream here, I'm going to see real numbers. But why isn't it connecting to manage services on Twitch? Let's go over here. Because this was working. Create Twitch stream. On new followers detected. Stop Twitch monitoring. Let's see. On message received. On user joined. So let's put a breakpoint here and see if we can get... Right, I should see it connecting and doing this here. I don't want to put a break there. I don't want you to see my chat token. But I do want to see if it's actually connecting and doing that. Yeah, it launched Nightbot. Look at that. Have you met Scott Hanselman? I have, Cicero743. Scott's actually my boss. We've had Scott on the channel once or twice. Once. He wants to join us again in the future. And we'll see about that. There we go. All right. So it is connecting the Twitch client. I should see it connect there. And go out and say, now monitoring Twitch. All right. There we go. So it should be connected. Let's see. Check subscribe with new messages. Yeah, we should have that. How many years of experience do I have? Almost 20. Hanselman was in the stream as a guest earlier. Yes, about 2 weeks ago on the 15th. Scott was joining us. So it looks like it's connecting and listening. But I'm not getting that uptime message from you, Magnus. It's not triggering the on message received commands here at all. Why not? It's looking at the right channel now. It's looking at the C# Fritz channel. The chat token should be... Right, I should be able to look at who's in the chat room, and I should be able to see... Languages, frameworks used all the time. I don't understand your question. Where is the event handler declared? It's declared right here. Twitch client on message received. Yeah. Would Fiddler help see if you were getting responses? No, it's not Fiddler. Throughout 20 years. I've been mostly .NET over that time. C#, VB, JavaScript, SQL Server, CSS, all the web stuff. I've done a little PHP, done a little Ruby on Rails, a little bit of C++. Right now, though, I'm on C#. Do you guys use ReSharper at Microsoft? No, we do not. We use the bare Visual Studio so we can understand and learn and experience exactly what raw Visual Studio does. But Twitch client should be at a private state here. Thank you for the follow, Cicero. I appreciate that. But I should be able to check that Twitch client and see what's going on there, right? That is... Where'd it go? Where's that field? There it is. So why am I not getting that information? Let me restart. Not browser link. This one. Justin Horner, great to see you. The numbers in the corners of the stream aren't entirely right. Let's see if we can get that to pop back up and then restart and give us the right numbers here. Come on, I want to see you get connected here. I watched my Blazor stream last night. Blazor is really interesting. I hope it'll be a product in the coming years. We do too. There's a couple things that are standing in the way of that. It is just an experiment. It is not supported. But I encourage you to check it out. It is something that we're kind of proud of and we want to see grow and develop. But we're a little skeptical about a few things. I want to make sure that we're doing things properly. Well, look at that. Joined channels 0. See that right there? Joined channels and is connected false. Even though I told it Twitch client connect. If I look at channel is C# Fritz I want it to connect to. I have credentials that I'm trying to get it to use with that channel. Feels like I'm doing exactly what was shown to me in the Twitch lib. But I'm clearly also not getting... Alright, let me see if I can refresh that viewer count. Well, that's better. And my follower goal, get that refreshed. That should load right. There we go. Is connect async? No. No. Nope, connect is synchronous. I'm really annoyed with this because this was working great. Go away. Well, that's a problem. I want to ask a very specific question about ASP.NET Core. I want to make a web API with Angular consuming it. I need identity. Does identity work just like ASP.NET? And what is the type of database it uses when you run migration? Is it MS SQL? Can I run the API and database on the Linux server? You can run the API and database on any database that you'd like. You just have to configure it as an entity framework provider in the startup class. Once you configure that provider, it'll use whatever you want. And it's actually pretty good. I'm confused though why this isn't. I mean, it sure looks like it should be connected. Twitter, well, look at that Twitter username. It's got the wrong username. It should be my Fritz bot connecting. Yeah, all right. MS SQL does run on Linux and Macs now. It runs inside of a Docker container, so it's real easy to start up and host if you want to use it that way. And I want to get into working with that Docker container here on stream, but this is giving me enough fits that I might not actually get to it. The joined channels being 0 is annoying me because that connect statement was working. All right. When in doubt, let's go back to our documentation here. And I believe it's now at github.com/twitchlib because they move things around a little bit here on me. Take care, dual PP. All right, here. So credentials, new connection credentials, username access token. Got that. See, and it was right. So it's channel, which is C# Fritz, and then my access token, which I created, and then it says create a new client, initialize credentials, and then the channel to connect to. And that should be C# Fritz. Where do I work? I work for Microsoft. I'm on the .NET framework team. So this is. Oh, wait a sec. Twitch username should now be FritzBot. Yeah. All right. So let's try that. Let me change this. Let's make this FritzBot like that. So Mozilla is great. Mozilla is pretty good. Yep. Don't have any complaints about Mozilla. We're supposed to use Edge whenever possible. I have some challenges with Edge, so I prefer Mozilla. So we should see it connect over here and report all the information about getting connected, but I should actually hit this breakpoint as it's trying to connect. Come on. What about Edge? Edge is a nice browser. I have problems with it. There are things that it doesn't do for me. Alright, so let's continue through this. So now if I take a look at Twitch client, is it connected? No. And annoyingly, there was no message that it didn't connect. Right? It didn't log anything. It didn't output any information about why it couldn't connect. Twitch client has a connected event that would help if you waited for. It has a connected event. All right, let's Twitch client dot. Where is it? Is there an on connected? Yep. Let's say logger, log information. Now connected to Twitch chat room. Let's see if we get to that. Not thrilled with how cryptic this is to connect. Alright, so my JavaScript debugger is wired up. We should see this get hit. What I really want is that one. Alright, let me come back to your question in a second here. So now monitoring. There we go. Now connected to the chat room. Alright. Bot username FritzBot. Okay. So now what happens when I send a command? All right, now I'm getting it. Fantastic. All right, so that was my problem. Who sent that one? Why am I not getting? Whatever. Go. Let them fly. All right. Hang on. All right. So Duel asks, no one can actually predict the future, but I want to ask, what do you think about the future of hardcore web frameworks? I wouldn't call it hardcore, but okay. Like ASP.NET, Spring, etc. Could they be replaced with JavaScript or Node backend or other frameworks? The current trend that I'm seeing is that folks want to use more serverless capabilities. So they do things like AWS Lambda and Azure Functions. However, I don't think those are robust enough for the true application servers that folks need. They get you little things, and I think what we're going to see is that folks get annoyed with them in the same way that they get annoyed with triggers in a database and how unmaintainable that they are. So I think you're going to see it come full circle back again, where larger, more complex business applications will be managed with application servers. Then you might have some functions that know how to tap into exposed APIs of those application servers. Best to subscribe to OnConnected before attempting Connect to ensure no bad timings. Do I have that backwards? That might be, you might be onto something there, Magnus. I might have that backwards. Let's check. Where is it? Not chat message. Where's the? Oh wait. No, it was in the Twitch service, wasn't it? Here. You're right. You are right. All right, I'm going to stop the bot. Stop the bot. Get that connected, and I need to move this out into a property that we can load up here. So let's create another property here. Private string chat bot name. Let's call it get return configuration streams services Twitch chat bot name. I like that. All right, so now Twitch. I'm gonna go right next to this and go chat bot name Fritzbot. There he is. All right. Oops. Need a semi. Good. So now I can take this, and where I had Fritzbot hard-coded here, I'll replace with that. And now my chatbot. All right. Catching up. Why did everything break? Was it from refactoring or an API update? Meat Popsicle, I had changed some of my tokens for Twitch, and I didn't have the user ID and my client ID. I didn't have those all synced and configured properly on my services here. So this should load. I should see that get connected, and that. Joining channel, now monitoring Mixer, joining channel as Fritzbot. I should see the Twitch chat, monitoring Twitch. I'm waiting to see the Twitch connected here. Oh, there it is. Now connected to Twitch chat room. All right, cool. Try that command again, Nilecrack, and that should work. Why don't you move all those event wire-ups to inside my connected event? Does it matter? I mean, that's not a bad idea. We can do that. Does Microsoft let you stream while I work? Is my stream different from my work? Is a more interesting question. Yes, they do. In fact, true story, some of the folks that I work for, they're big fans of the stream, and they tune in and they watch anonymously here on the stream. And if you're out there watching, good to see you, friends. And they're big supporters of what we're doing here. This is a good opportunity to let some of you out there reach out and talk to our product team. I'm more than happy to bring on those folks, and you've seen me do that, pair programming on other times that we've been here on stream together. And I want to make sure that you have access to those folks so you can ask questions, learn, and it really goes towards, what's becoming more and more of almost like a mission for me. I want to make it drop dead simple for anybody to learn, for anybody to get the technology they need. If you're interested in being a developer, I want you to get cheap, free, easy training from me, from the product team, when we do things like our workshops here on stream. You know, you can get all the .NET tools. You can get a Visual Studio to use, the best tools that are available, free, and check them out and work with them. I want it to be drop dead simple for anybody to learn and do this. Killer B, thank you for the follow. I appreciate you joining us there on Twitch. So that's why, and you may have heard me say this on stream, for folks that do subscribe, for folks that do cheer, and we are in a new month now. I've reset the cheer leaderboard. Thank you everybody for cheering. But when you do cheer and you do subscribe, I'm not going to keep those funds for myself. I'll actually match the first, we'll say about $500 worth of those, and I'll take those, and I'm actually donating them to Girl Develop It. So everybody has access, if you are an Amazon Prime member, to sign up with Twitch Prime, and you can get rid of the ads that are decorated on the stream. But if you decide to use your Twitch Prime subscription with me, you'll get the .NET Bot emote there in the chat room, and we'll make a donation together to Girl Develop It so even more folks can learn how to code. And they say the first $50 is all it takes for Girl Develop It to teach a class of ladies and underserved minorities to code. And I think that's an amazing thing, and I want to make sure that we support them and their efforts. So we're very close to having that first payout from Twitch, and I will make that donation live on stream. I want to make sure that you guys see exactly where our subscriptions are going to and where our community is supporting and growing our technical community. I think that's something very important. So there we go. The uptime commands are working. I guess there's not really a reason to move it, but that's not the point in subbing to events if you're not connected. You're right, Standby Reloading. You're absolutely right. And I think that's not a bad idea. Let's do that. Can we make training requests? Absolutely, Skyhoshi. You can create an issue in my live stream GitHub repository, and we can absolutely do that. Black Elvis says, sounds awesome. Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. Hey, Duel, have you checked out Microsoft Virtual Academy? Yes, Microsoft Virtual Academy is available at, I'll show you that real quick, mvamicrosoft.com. And there are free classes here that you can take whenever you want to learn how to write code. Tanid, thank you for the follow. I appreciate you joining us on Twitch. Gonna go there now. Terrific. I would love a demo of JavaScript debugging from Visual Studio. I've never been able to get that working. I have it working with Chrome. It runs great. Tell you what, you can see it over here connected. JavaScript debugging from Chrome. I'll show you that real quick. If you go up into the search box here and you type in Chrome, this will also work with Internet Explorer. And if you have the latest Windows Insider builds, it will attach and use Edge. Where is it? Enable Chrome JavaScript debugger for ASP.NET. There's another one here. Enable JavaScript debugging for ASP.NET Chrome, Edge, and IE. See it right there? Turn that on, and when you start your application, you'll see it actually attached to all the JavaScript over here. And if I go into, let's say, let me go into my configuration page. Is Saduki still on stream? Saduki, you watching us? You still out there? Check out how our configure page has changed and updated. That's my account configuration. I don't know why that one isn't there. That should... Okay, neither one of these is working. That makes me feel great. What happened there? Oh, you know what? It's going to the wrong place. Goal configuration action. How come? Oh no. MVA does not have all the courses needed. What courses do you need? What happened to my pages here? These were working. Current viewers, that works. Current followers clearly is working. But my followers, let's check that real quick and see. So these are MVC controllers that have actions attached to them, and an action is just a method that answers on a certain URL and performs a method and then goes and processes appropriately. So this should go to followers/goal/configuration, and then I've also got the count. It should go to /count/configuration. So why is this going right? That's not the right page. And when I do go to count/configuration, count configuration action was not found. That's not where it's supposed to be going. And hey, there's John. Good afternoon. Actually, good evening, I suppose. I'm sorry I must have missed that stream. Do you happen to remember how long ago I might find the video? Which stream are you looking for, Magnus? A demo of JavaScript debugging. No, I'm trying to show it a little bit here, but my configuration page isn't loading. Right, so I want to go to goal configuration. This should load for me if I go here, but clearly it's not. Views, followers, it's dropping this. I don't have a clue of what you are saying. I just wanted to ask if you could maybe explain how to position things with CSS. Oh, well, positioning things with CSS is not my forte. But I'm trying to see what's going on here. I've got a problem here. Let me come back to that killer bee. My pages where I'm actually doing some of these really cool things aren't working for me. Here, now look at this. So now it's, yeah, that's the goal page. That's fine. Hang on. Goal/configuration. That should go properly. Where's my count configuration? That should load properly. Let's click this one. See, it's... Alright, so now, view should be going into views, followers. Wait a sec. Where did that come from? That's wrong. It shouldn't be count configuration action. That's the wrong name. Let's get rid of that. And where did action come from on those? That's wrong. That explains it. Already contains a definition for goal configuration. Really? Where? There's goal, count configuration, count. Those are, oh, that's why I renamed them. All right, hang on. And go away. This should be, now I can pass the name of the view to load. So this I want to load count configuration. Goal configuration. Alright. When you don't pass in the name of a view here, it'll actually default to the name of the method by convention to load. Are the views named differently from the controller actions? You're absolutely right, President Not Sure One. Some say Flexbox, others say Grid, others don't use any of it. Agreed, Killer Bee. There's CSS frameworks and features are getting confusing. Is there anything you need help with for the channel? If so, please feel free to reach out. I'm sorry, I'm Justin, what kind of expertise do you have that I could ask for? Let me know. I'm always looking for help. I'm helpless. One author, one change. Wonder who did that. Shut up. There they are. There was ASP.NET Community Stand-Up. Where was Blazor with ASP.NET Core 2.1? Get Blazor templates. Yes, that's Jeffrey T. Fritz, my evil twin. Scaffolding. Whoa, that the cursor confetti. Yeah, you like that? That's power mode. That's a feature that was recommended on our last stream over the weekend. So now if I click configure, that's the wrong. Would graduation at 25 affect my career? No, would not affect your career at all. In computer engineering, computer science, that's fine. What'll affect your career is what have you done? What makes you valuable, right? What makes you senior dev here at 29 with no degree? There you go. Right? What have you done? If you've contributed to open source, if you're an active member of the community, that carries a lot of weight. A lot of folks see that and think that's a pretty cool thing. Let me try that again and see what this. I have a weak laptop and I'm using Win 10. Last time it was installing updates and got stuck. I don't know how this can happen on LTSB as it is supposed to be used by ATM and banks. That's a good question. I don't know. That's weird. This, if I go to followers count / configuration, there, that's where I want it to go. Good. And it should return my view properly. Hey, now I've got it. All right. So it looks like my link is wrong, and this link looks like it's wrong. If my current value is, let's say 40, there we go, that loads properly. All right. My current viewers, that works. If I come down here to configuration, no, that's still going to the wrong place. And that loads properly. There we go. Where's Sudoku? Sudoku! Trying to show at the cool UI we've evolved from our initial prototype. There it is. Cypress IO for testing UI. Really? I'm not familiar with that. So that looks like it's working. It looks like my menu options here we need to clean up a little bit. So you don't have to click all the time. Really? Wait, let's check that out. Cypress IO. The web is evolved. Testing has also. Really? Setup test, write test, run test. Ah. So this is like a unit testing for your user interface. All right. Let me clean up these links here because they don't look like they're connected properly right now. That's the route that I want. Let me change my homepage. Let's get that fixed, and then we can come back to the chatbot and fix that. Oh, it's a treat chasing all this around. All right, so that is, it's in views, home, index. Here we go. Button secondary, ASP controller followers. This should be now, the action is count configuration action. And on my menu bar, which is in the layout, this should be goal configuration action. Let's see. So you don't, they're using special images, end-to-end testing. There's also Selenium, yes. A friend of mine wrote tester that's like Selenium, but no WebDriver required. Those might be interesting to try. Is it possible to keep views in the same folder as controllers? No. I actually, hang on, let me check. Let me back off on that. You could, you'd have to write, you'd have to enhance the way that it does the view location. I forget exactly how to do that. There's documentation on how you can configure, you can instruct ASP.NET Core, tell it exactly how to locate the views. So you could tell it to look in the controllers folder next to the controller for a appropriate view name. You could do that. By convention, though, they're stored this way. And it's better to learn it this way by default, because this is the way most folks store it. Other configurations, you might get a little out there. You might get some folks doing some things that get a little crazy. There we go. So that goes to followers count configuration now. That's the right place. That loaded properly. Current viewers, that goes to the right place. Let me go over here. So that went to followers count configuration. Follower goal configuration. Yep, that's going to the right place. All right. Next thing that we need to check is why does this configure button come to a wrong value? I almost like need a current value default here. Let's see. That's in. Stop it. It's in followers. It was count configuration. And current value. I want to have this default when I return that. It's injecting the host environment. The model is the follower count. Follower count configuration. So I'm not returning a model into it. So that's why. So let's just say value equals 40, just so there's something there. And if I refresh, all right, that loads properly. That's fine for right now. I don't think MVC works that way by convention. You're right, President. It doesn't. But you can override and configure it to do whatever you'd like. Now, there was a question earlier about how do you do the JavaScript debugging. So I'm here on a very JavaScript intensive page. If I was actually looking at and working with the script on this page, which is in count configuration, if I go down here, right, I can certainly put, right, I can put breaks on some of these things. And why didn't it load that? Why didn't it load it? Load preview, right? Will it give me a break? Nope. None of these breakpoints are available. Okay, that's weird. That formatting. Ah, come on. It's because I've got some of this stuff here we can get rid of. It's a little bit better. Need some control KD. I'm a little annoyed why that JavaScript debugger isn't attaching. I mean, it's clearly there. I edited files while running. Fine, then I'll rerun. Right? I mean, heck, let's just not browser link. Even editing files, because I have browser link attached, it should just reload. It should just run. JS in the views feels bad. It's not too bad. I'm alright with it. So there's my follower goal. Let me go back and let's look at the follower count. That isn't hitting the breakpoint. That feels like a bug. Now, I am in a preview version. I'm going to send that information back to my friends on the JavaScript, on the user interface. The JavaScript editor team, figure out why is it not hitting that bug, that breakpoint, because it feels bad. That's not right. Let's fix that. See, look, it won't KD on the JavaScript either. More feels bad, man. So here's what I'm going to do. JavaScript editor does not break on my script in a view with Chrome attached. Does not format with Control K D, and I will send bug reports when we're done the stream here. So, my apologies, I wanted to show you how that works, but it's not working. Oh, thanks for the subscription. Is that Joe739? I really appreciate that, and that's another donation to our friends at Girl Develop It. And they're working to help women and underserved minorities learn how to write code, just like we are here on stream. Thank you so much, Joe739, and enjoy the .NET Bot emote. All right. Let's see here. So I'm going to shut down and remove some of these other commands here. So you should be able, while I'm running the bot, you should be able to, because my selection did not contain a block set. No, it did. It did. I absolutely had it. Let me go over here, count configuration. Right. Right, I highlighted just that command, Control KD, and it doesn't do anything. So, there's something else going on there. Does anyone know free cloud service to deploy ASP.NET Core API and SQL databases? My friend doesn't want to get Visual Studio, and he is going to do just Angular. Well, actually, you're suggesting just highlight these. All right, so I will make that, and I'll just select those, and it still doesn't KD it. Okay, so there is something going on there. I can even Control Z and get it to fix. Dual, you can actually use Azure and have access to all of those services free when you sign up with a free account. Those you can create a very simple API and SQL database for free. Sorry, just trying to help. Thanks for entertaining my thought. No problem, Skyhoshi. Take a look at Azure Free. Yep, that's right, Malachi. You're right. All right. So, let's see. All right, I want to do enhance help command and actually have it go find other commands so you could pass in help and then another command that you wanted to know information about and report what that other command does. All right, so let's take a look at that. So execute. So what I want to say is, if full command text equals help, just do that. And let's wrap that. Else, send help about specific command. And I'll pass the full command text and we can analyze and figure out what to do there. And we're probably going to want to do that asynchronously, so we'll await and generate that method. So here, you've issued the command help, so I want to actually remove that and figure out what else is going on. So let's do var command to help with equals full command text dot, let's do a replace help. Right, so we just yank that. Now we'll have the full command. Take a look at Azure Free, trying to help. The cause is really great as there are not a lot of women in the industry. Yes, you're right, Duel, and I'm as a father of 2 daughters, I want to make sure that they have a great opportunity to get into technology if they're interested. Could I pass on compliments to people who write documentation? Actually, some of those folks like to watch the stream, so they might be getting your compliments right now, but I'll be sure to pass that along if if they don't hear this. I think Microsoft has the best documentation I've seen. Oh, my gosh. That's terrific. I will send compliments to Doc's team from Malachi 521. All right. What the if? Why not just make the SHA-SC method just support that? Oh, this. Support what? Okay. I'm going to go find the other commands that are registered, and I should be able to get them off of the bot itself. So coming up here, the bot. I don't understand your question. And the help command isn't wired up right now because I'm working on the bot. My command registry is not internal. Let's make this an internal. Oh no, it is. Haha! Alright, so I should be able to reach into fritzbot command registry and get access to the list of commands that are available and then try and match up against one. So let's do that. Come over here. Let's see. Profaner Hund. What is this bot for? I'm just trying to learn how to write a conversation bot that'll manage and interact with both Twitch and Mixer, where I stream to. If you have an if that says if the command is bang help do one thing, otherwise parse the command. Right. So I could move this up in here. All right, tell you what, we'll move that up there. All right. And actually, I don't need to else. If I do a return here, right? And then I could do this as something else. And I could say, see? Control KD works there. Why do the if at all? Why use C# instead of, say, Node.js? Because we like .NET. .NET is very useful, works on every platform, and we've got a strong compiler and great tools that work with it. So it's multi-threaded. I can do all kinds of computational things with it. You can compare C# and JavaScript and Node.js with ASP.NET. Yeah, go with what you know. Well, I know a little bit of both, but I prefer C#. All right, so the command to help with, so I'm going to remove help, and I'm actually going to take a look at the rest of the command that was requested, and I'm going to see if I can find that in my command registry. So var, yeah, let's say fritzbot, right? We should be able to find that. There we go. Command registry, and then I'm going to look for that key, which is going to be command to help with. Just to be sure, let's make it 2 lower invariant. So that'll get me a command. So if that command is null, then I'm going to want to send a message that says unknown command. Unknown command to report help on. To provide help with. Alright. Otherwise, I don't want to do an else because and then I'll send. And I'll format. And let's pass the command name first, which is command to help with. And then I'll pass the actual description, which I've configured as a property on that command called description. That's better. Standby reloading, not dry enough for me. Okay. Because .NET rules. .NET is pretty good. And you're going to see in our next round of performance benchmarks, .NET is the fastest available web service out there. The boys in the lab. No, the engineers, a team led by David Fowler and a bunch of really smart engineers. These guys are they're code ninjas. They are amazing. They're really tuning and doing some great things with the ASP.NET web server that's going to make it by our current metrics, our current measurements, it looks like it's going to be the fastest web server available when they're done and locked down on it. Node.js is not better than other modern frameworks like it was because most of them adopted asynchronous model. No, Node.js has some fundamental problems. The single-threadedness of it impedes it from reaching some significant benchmarks. At EOS, can you show us where you got that confetti, or if anyone in chat knows? It's called Power Mode. There you go. There's a link to it. That's if you go Tools, Extensions and Updates, you'll see Power Mode. So, and there's all kinds of configuration you can set about the confetti and how to make that work. Parathon, yes, very good. All right. So let's see. And I thought I saw Parathon. Did you subscribe also? Thank you so much. I appreciate that. All right, terrific. You got your information. So let's see. I want to test this and make sure now that we can say help and pass in, say things like help uptime or help quotes, and get information sent back to us in the chat room about those various commands that are available, because the next command we're going to configure is going to be an open-ended command. And I'll show you what I mean in a second, because I don't think anybody does what I'm about to do. And it's going to be awesome! That's awesome. I'm going to use it at work tomorrow. Oh, Joe, I think what might be a great idea is, and I'm going to try this in the future, is have it wired up when you're doing a presentation. You're in the room and you're showing your manager, and hey, let me show you some code we wrote here. Bang, 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 and all the confetti's flying everywhere. Is that Lugelat? I don't know how to pronounce that. Lil Gelat? Hello, welcome. So now I've got this up and running. Let's see if we can say, so if I say help, it should report, here's my supported commands. If I say help echo, it should say, there we go, repeat the text that was requested by the echo command. All right, that's not bad. You know what, I should make Fritzbot a moderator, shouldn't I? That's important. All right. So now it knows how to repeat those commands. The other problem that I have here is, here's my list of supported commands, but it's not, right, it's hard-coded here. I want to actually generate it. So as I add commands, I don't need to maintain this message. Just fork Node.js if you need it for load. You're kidding, right? Looking forward to the build fireworks. Actually, so I am locking down on some guests for build. I will be streaming live from build. That's going to be a ton of fun. String.join. No why. No why what? You want to fork the Node.js process. Right, so you're going to be starting up many Node.js processes at that point. And certainly doable. It's you could run into an unmaintainable issue there. All right, so I want to get this a little bit simpler there, and standby reloading. Who was it? Somebody said just do a string join. There we go. Skyoshi was saying this. I think that's the right thing to do here. So let me stop the bot here briefly, and let's do var available commands equals string.join. All right, so my separator, it's actually, I'm going to pass, I want to say, just just want a space. And then the values are going to be from Fritzbot, the command registry, and then I want to get the keys. Yeah. But that's a... let's see what it does. Oh, it's going to do that. But before each one of those, I want to put in... sure, there are modules to help with that, Profaner Hund, but there's also... You end up chasing modules. The JavaScript package management system right now, the JavaScript package community, is crazy out of control. It updates insanely quickly. And it's hard to stay pinned to a specific version with how quickly things update. I like the tooltips in the IDE. Are you referring to these ones up here, or are you referring to things like that? Yeah. It's a little bit tricky, especially if you're in an enterprise where things move slowly. Justifying the speed of changes in the node community is hard to do. So the ones up here, this is called Code Lens, and this will actually give you a peek into various information about where this is being used and implemented, and you can actually click and jump right through to that. JS packages out of control. I was referring to the MS Build Fireworks extension you'd like to create with Mads Christensen. Oh, there's that one. Yes, there's that. True is cool. I'm primarily a Node.js and React Native developer. I haven't done much .NET since college. I love watching Fritz's stream. Cool. I think there can be a lot of developer negativity when you start comparing tech stacks. True. All tech stacks have their pros and cons. True. People just lock it down and then periodically review it for security and upgrades. You're right, Profaner Hunt, and there's something to be said for the care and feeding of your application when you're depending on community packages. It can be a little dicey. There are some folks also that want commercial support, and they're concerned about how they can get commercial support for those things. So it's the lawyer saying, I want to know who I can sue when this breaks phenomenon. All right. So that's just going to give me, it's not going to say bang and then these values. It's just going to be grunt and gulp and Webpack. Sorry, Webpack is out of date. We're not using Webpack anymore. I forget what the new Webpack is. There's something new instead. How am I going to do this? Because I don't want to just get the keys. If you have to get the pointed. Yes. Well, that's just it. Enterprises want commercial support. They don't want to rely on someone in their garage working. They want commercial support. So, yeah, if I run that now, that's not going to give me the format I want. I would love to just do a string.join there, but it's not going to. Oh, wait a sec. What are the overloads here? Is there something I'm missing? Separator, object values, character, string index, count. I want like a format, you know? Let's see. If I did... Webpack 4 just came out. Seems pretty current to me. It just came out. No, there was something that folks are saying they would prefer using instead of Webpack. Is your .keys an object or just strings? It's just strings. Parcel is the new hotness. There you go. No, I want that available commands. Oh, wait. You know what? Let's do this. Available commands equals available commands dot replace. Let's search for a space and replace it with space exclamation point. And we need to prefix it with it also. So let's do that. Let's see what that looks like. Roll up. Fruit roll-ups? What's roll-up? Is that another new one? I can't keep up with the nouns. Let's see, what do we got here? Is it connected to Twitch yet? Come on. Couldn't you just link that all together? Yeah, use link. You're talking about doing like a for each. There we go. So now if I do bang help. There we go. That worked. Ping echo uptime quote. You select to map each value. Oh, ho, ho, ho. Hang on. Now you're talking. Let's stop the press. No, this is keys is ooh. I think you're onto something. So let's do .select, right? And if we use system link, right? So I get a key value there, don't I? No. Key value. And I need to put those in parens. I think you're onto something there, fellas. I think you're onto something. And then the key. I need one more to end the join. Oh, wait. I still outputted the same thing. And then we'll say not supported, available commands. That looks cool. I like what you suggested there, Josh. Well done. Stream Tools database would be cool for this, right? Let's give it a shot now. Let's see. This should load here. I don't know if I need a database. Which VS plugin? This is the power mode plugin. Gives that little confetti effect. There we go. Connected. Well, that's not right. That's not right. It's giving me both the key and the... let's see here. Let's do that. Try that command one more time. Stopped. All right. So it's going to select, and I want to step in on that. Rats. All right. So what is K? K should be... oh, I want k.key is what I want. Excuse me. So we'll get rid of that. We want k.key. That should do it. There we go. All right. Let's see what we get now. Hey, Bobby, little Bobby drop tables. Nice. That's power mode that I'm using. There we go. That's formatted. Trakor, welcome. I appreciate you joining the stream from Twitch. So here's... Okay, so I have this list of commands, and that's nice. It's not bad. But I've got some interesting questions that keep coming up, like, what is animating in Visual Studio, the fireworks effect? What I'd like to be able to do... let me see, let me go over... there it is. I have, on my wiki for the stream here, a frequently asked pages. So what I can do, actually, is I can edit this and I can list questions here, and I'm going to lift that question that our friend who asked it last time there. Did I solve the NVIDIA issue? No, I did not. Josh, who asked the question last time, what is animating in Visual Studio? What animates in Visual Studio with the confetti effect. Fito Guapo, Feta Guapo, welcome. That's another follower there on Twitch. All right, so I have that, and then the answer, as Standby Reloading is showing, that is the Power Mode extension for Visual Studio. You can get it at, and no, you know what? I can just provide a link over the Power Mode extension. So that was on Marketplace, visualstudio.com. Da-da-da. Power Mode. This one. And I'm just going to make this a link. There it is. No, don't do that. Added Power Mode question. There we go. Save. So now I've got these questions here on GitHub. If you just want drivers for NVIDIA without having to log in, you have to do the download without GeForce Experience. Well, see, if you're going to install and make me run this GeForce Experience thing on my machine, it better damn well work. And it doesn't. So I have these questions here, and they're kind of nice, and they kind of answer some of the information, some of the simple questions that folks ask on stream. But I want to actually allow it to be configured and learn from your questions and answer them directly in stream. So we had started working on this with our friend Rich Ross almost a month ago now, and I'm going to finish it. There is a feature on Azure called Q&A Maker, and this is using Azure Cognitive Services. Sure, I'll sign on with that account. What I can do is I can create a service, right? That's actually not the one I want to be signed in with. I want to be signed in with my normal Azure account. Let's see if that remembered the right password. Terrific. So here is my Q&A services, and it's got this little knowledge base, and it's actually loading it. Check this out. It's loading my questions and answers from my wiki on the live stream. So what I can do actually is I can reload this source. Right? So if I go settings, and I can say, where is it? Here, refresh. Let's save and retrain. So it's going to download that wiki, and it's going to retrain the knowledge base. So now when I click back over here, it now has what animates in Visual Studio with the confetti effect, and it has now the markup for that. So what I should be able to do is use this to answer questions on stream. So if folks put a question into the chat room and they end with a question mark, I'll bounce it off of this knowledge base that's in that wiki, and Azure will answer your question right there in stream. What do you think? That shouldn't be too bad, right? Right? It is ambitious, President Not Sure. I know. Let's see if we can get this to work. I think I've got some code that'll do this. So I'm going to go back over here to Visual Studio, and I'm going to add a new command, and this command is going to be slightly different. You could license it to other streamers too. I could. Let's see what we can do here. The Azure interaction to check those questions is a little bit tricky, but let's work on it. So what I'm going to do is here, I'm going to add a class, and I'm going to call this the Azure command. Let's call this Azure Q&A command. And I'm going to have this execute that question off of Azure. So this is an I command, and I don't want to register this. Yeah, you know what? I will register this. So we do need the chat service. Get set. The name is going to be Q&A. Wow, that's going to be hard for me to pronounce. Canis lupus blanco. Oh, I get it. Canis lupus blanco. Haha, I got it. Description. Answer questions using Azure Cognitive Services and Jeff's FAQ on the live stream wiki. All right. And then I'm going to execute. What's going to happen when you actually execute this command? Nope, the quote, there is a quote that you can have it generate. It's not a quote of the day. If anyone can do it, I can. Wow, I'm flattered. Absolutely. We'll see about making this work. So I'm going to save this. Let me, Semix30, thank you for the follow there on Twitch. Let me commit what I've got right now. All right. Let's see what we got here. Yeah. Let's commit this before I start adding more into this. Refactored chat commands. That sounds good. I'll push that. Now, I had started. Where is it? Stream tools. So when Rich Ross was on with us, I had started in this feature bot branch. Oop, looks like we got another follower coming on from Twitch in just a second. Where are you, Steve? 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 Don't make me come find you. I just saw that number pop up. I don't think Steve's going to join us. Let's take a look here. So what we did... started configuration of cognitive services, and then we got basic moderation working. Here it was. Bot service was the file that we created. And it didn't quite do everything we needed, so I'm going to back off here. Wrong stream. Wrong branch. It was this one. And then over here... I think it was services, bot service. Here it is. This is where Rich and I were working. I'm not sure Azure has something like Amazon Lex for natural language understanding. That's exactly what I have. That's what Azure Cognitive Services does. Can it fuzzy match the questions people ask? That's what it's supposed to do. Have you heard of the book C# in a Nutshell? Yes, actually. It's on my shelf back there. Azure has cognitive services that have language services. Exactly. That's what I'm going to connect to here. So this is already trying to do these things to connect, and when we were working with this, we were connecting to Twitch. And let's see, on message received. So here it is trying to do the message handler to go in and determine if anybody says anything offensive in the chat room. So what I need to do, I need to load up this message handler, and this is the cognitive services message handler. I don't need it as the content moderator. I want it for the Q&A maker. Let me wander over here. API. C#, there we go. So the query, the knowledge base ID, so my knowledge base ID, Q&A maker base, URI builder, add the question as part of the body, send the post request. That's it. Huh? The response will be JSON with the answer and a confidence score. What kind of programming projects are you working on? Yeah, that's a good question. Nope, Uptime's not working. It's not connected right now. Right? Actually, it should be responding from my connected bot over here. But it's not. And now I worry. This should build, right? So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to deploy a new version of my bot right now that has everything working properly. So what I can do, I've actually scripted this out. I'm going to, what version? No. Well, that's nice, but that's not what I want. Let's make this 11.2. All right, so what I can do is, let's say build 0.11.2, and this will actually build my Docker file with everything in it. Building my chatbot. Bundling, there's my DLLs. Then I'm going to push that out to my private Docker repository. There it goes. Because we know this one is working. There's my chatbot DLL, stream tools, good. There we go. Fantastic. We're going to push that up. Microservices, Kubernetes, Golang, pretty much all the time. Wow. Web developer on e-commerce. Nice, Kyle. And pushed. Yeah. All right. So now if I stop that, yes, I'm going to go get my latest. Extracting. And we should see the bot jump in there in just a second. Here it is starting up, and it didn't resize properly when it went over that screen, which makes me feel bad. There we go. Currently unemployed. Oh, sorry to hear that, Malachi. Alright, now connected to the Twitch chat room, so let's fire a command at it. Bingo. Alright. Not to distract you too much, but have you done online training videos for like Udemy or Pluralsight? I don't trust Udemy, right? Is Udemy the one I'm thinking of? Is that? Yeah. Udemy has a piracy problem. I do not trust them. I do not do business with them. I have done videos for Pluralsight, and Pluralsight has politely told me to buzz off, and they refuse to accept any content from me. But I have done a series of videos for Wintellect Now. I have videos on Microsoft Virtual Academy, but I'm really actually thinking that I'd like to continue training and teaching folks here on Twitch. I'm preparing to live stream coding, lone developer seeking friends for VLSLS. I think that's a great standby reloading. So the joke is Visual Studio Live Share. You could share, you can allow other people to pair a program with you at the same time inside of Visual Studio. It's a great feature. We've used it several times here on stream. We're actually going to be using it in the next few weeks with our friend John Skeet, who's going to join us to talk about date-time processing. But Standby Reloading was thinking it'd be really funny if we had a Tinder like dating service for developers to find each other and pair program using Visual Studio Live Share. And he's calling it Lone Developer Seeking Friends for VSLS. I think that's great. I'm a student myself working on a Python-based penetration test toolkit on my spare time. Oh, that's neat. That sounds pretty interesting. ASP.NET MVC and Angular for the most part. Cool. Udemy rips off creators. Yes, it does. I refuse to do business with them, and they've knowingly republished content from other services. They literally are pirates. And it's been proven time and again. I wonder what part of the comment got caught in the filter. I don't know. Yes, I've heard bad responses about Udemy stealing content. That stinks. I like what you're doing here. No, so Kyle, I'm going to continue doing content here. I can share and show you everything that we want to learn and talk about, and I'm more than happy to answer your questions. I think this is much more interactive and much more valuable because unlike those other training facilities, you can actually talk directly to me and ask the questions that you need answered. That's weird about Pluralsight. No, President, not sure. What's going on with Pluralsight is they have a gigantic library, and they're trying to ensure that their top authors are properly fed that got them there. And that's their prerogative, but they have politely told me we're not going to take any more content from you several times. So, and that's fine because I'll present content here for free that you would have to pay $40 a month to get from Pluralsight. Have not checked your guest list for a while. Will do now. I don't have anybody new I've added to the guest list. I'm waiting for final confirmations from folks, Sushinator. But our friend Fierce Kittens, who's another creative streamer on Twitch, she's going to be joining us very soon. I'm looking forward to having her on because she does some amazing things with her Twitch bot called GIFbot. She has it wired up to all kinds of crazy GIFs and MP4s and animations and music. And I want to work with her and collaborate, and I think it's going to be really cool to see what's going on there. The precision on that uptime number is insane. Whatever. But upcoming guests, I do have Scott Hunter is going to join us. John Skeet's going to join us. Some other MVPs are in the pipeline to join us soon. It's coming. Should be rounded to whole seconds. Bug. Maybe it should be a good idea to use Humanizer to format uptime. That's not a bad idea, Malachi. Might want to set up some filter the commands so the chat isn't stuffed full of uptime responses. So, there is a timeout. There's a 30-second timeout to prevent that kind of thing from happening. Nightbot does know how to handle my GitHub command, but I do want to put that into my bot. But I want to do this first. I think this with the Azure services is much more interesting. Unknown Sector, thank you for the follow over on Twitch. I appreciate that. Oh, wow. Kyle, thank you very much for the sub. I really appreciate that. And that's another donation to our friends at Girl Develop It. They help teach women, teach underserved minorities how to write code. And I support that effort, and I'm going to support that monetarily here on the stream. You have some questions lined up already. Go ahead, Sushinator, you can fire them into the live stream issues list here. Some of these things I've actually answered. I've had, some of these are things that I've already put in here and taken care of. This we're going to answer with Mads Torgerson. I have him agreed to join us, and we'll be talking about that in a bit. Extending JavaScript services, I am asking Steve Sanderson to join us. That'll be really great. Thank you very much for the kind words, Kyle. I appreciate that. And folks using the bots there, yes, enjoy that. Could I talk about the kinds of tools and processes Microsoft uses for secure coding? I have a request to Barry Dorrance, who is our security officer for .NET. I have a request to have him join us on stream. And I'm gonna post it again here at Blow Dart. I have another request from folks on my stream who are interested in hearing you talk about secure coding on want to join us one day? There we go. Let's see what he says. All right. Let's see what else is going on. Blah, 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 blah. Okay. So these two, I wanted to get to this one, revisiting Docker with databases, but I'm not going to get to it today because I'm really wrapped up in finishing this. This I want to get done. And I'm actually going to copy this. Yeah. I'm going to copy this and just drop it right into this Azure Q&A command. And I don't think it's going to go into execute. Let's just call it query. I don't know what this is yet. I'll just paste that code in there. Okay, that's fine. Use var. Sure. Why doesn't it like that? How'd I get curly quotes? Oh, that feels ugly. What's going on here? Oh no, they're taunting Barry. Oh no. We'll do that. Alright, so that should give me a response. Copy pasta quotes. Let's use that. Alright. So I have some sort of a query that's coming in. Q&A maker URI base. So this is... Alright, let's replace that and put it here. Alright, so that's gone. I don't need that anymore. Q&A maker URI base. Where's that? Oh, duh. Sorry. Alright. My knowledge base ID. I need to get this into here. That could be a little bit of a challenge. Does Fritzbot have access to... It does. Let's make this available like that. No. Alright, I'm gonna create a property to grab the configuration. Hey, wow, there's a suggestion that looks exactly like what I want. And we'll control dot so we get the appropriate type there. Done. Execute. We're gonna say just full command text. Yeah. Now why doesn't... Right. Return task completed. Now, I came late today. Is this Q&A Maker a product? I read about FAQ tools. So Q&A Maker is this is at qnamaker.ai. This is a tool that runs on Azure Cognitive Services and will fill out questions that are asked by folks. And you'll see demos from Azure folks where they wire this up to Skype. So you can ask Skype questions and it'll come back with an answer from the FAQ. But I'm going to do it from the Twitch chat room instead. So my knowledge base ID, let's click on this one. So if ooh, look at that. There's my subscription key. Yeah, we'll do that. Sure, I'll just paste that in there. I'm not sure if I should be showing that, but hey, whatever. That's my knowledge base ID. Paste that right there. Most asked Skype question, can you hear me? Let's do this. I'm going to hide this just in case. Hide. Alright, not that. Come on now. You. Alright. So now it should be able to query and return that. Should private keys, what could private... Hey, shut up. What's popping Jimbos? There... See? There's the question again. You are not the first streamer showing a key on stream. Yeah, it's not a key. It's a... what's it called? A subscription ID? Alright. So... Let me click that again. Where'd the thing go? Alright. Subscription key. So the response... Right, that response string, I can deserialize it back into a response object. So I'm going to grab this thing. Let's just do this one. Right? And I'll go down to the bottom here. Paste that in. That's power mode is what you're seeing there. Q&A maker result. Good. Move that over. Here it is. And we need to make sure that this is... Nope, I don't have JSON.NET in this. Alright. I'll add that package. There it is, right there. Cool. So now I should be able to control dot. There we go. Alright. I'm going to make this an internal. There we go. Cool. So now over here, I should be able to take that response string and turn it back into something. Right? Right, response string. No. Alright, I need to control dot to get my JSON convert. So now I'll have a response. The response has... Where'd it go? Yeah. Has an answer and a score. So I should be able to just write that. I don't want to throw an exception. That's going to be a bad idea. Let's comment that out. Not sure what to do with this yet. I don't have access to the logger either from here, do I? No. Alright, we'll come back to that. So if we do have this, let's say if response dot score in a range 0 to 100 corresponding to the top answer. So if the score, if that's greater than 50, let's make sure we're confident in the response. Let's write back the response. So what was I using for that? Let's do this one. So I should be able to say await chat service dot... What? Isn't this async? Nope. Rats. There we go. Send message. And then I'll pass back the message. That seems easy enough. I do want to detect and make sure that I am only running the query for questions. It is async. Oh, I didn't make this async. Perhaps 51, no halfies. Have used Scratch. I'm familiar with you're referring to the Scratch programming language. Yeah, I'm familiar with it. I'll make it 51. Well, it is greater than. It's not greater than or equal to. Can never be more than 50% accurate. Ugh. All right, I can actually get rid of that. So now let's actually test if full command text. I want to see if it ends with. If it does not end with a question mark, return. Make sense? Now, this one I need to handle delicately. I can't, it's registered, but I don't really want it registered in my bot directly. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go and say remove, and I should be able to specify the key, which is Q&A. Handle Q&A separately. And I'll create a Q&A command equals new. Where was it? Azure Q&A command. Azure Q&A. There it is. And I need to pass it configuration. Yep. And I need to give it the chat service. But the chat service I don't know until I'm actually executing. So that's okay. Sure, generate that field. Do you think VS Code will ever be able to properly handle full solution files, or do you foresee Visual Studio always being the default tool for .NET Core development? No, they're trying to make it handle solution files. And there are extensions out there, yep. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come down here. So I have the try get value. Now, let's get rid of some of these other ones that I don't need right now. Don't need that one. Don't need that one. All right. So I feel like I need to put this in the bot itself. Yeah. So if we can't find that command, then I'm going to say if, and segments comes away from where to go. eMessage. e.message.ends with question mark. Then what I'll do is I'll say Q&A command dot chat service equals chat service, and then I'll do await Q&A command dot where is it? Execute. There we go. Here we go. E dot username, and then it's going to be E dot message. And that should do it. So when it does the query, if it's able to find an appropriate message, send that. Oh, you know what? I should put an else here, right? Chat service dot send. No, you know what? If I don't know how to answer it, I don't want to actually tell them. Let's see, what do we got here? Am I referring to OmniSharp? Just seems like it wasn't specifically intended to be used for full solutions. No, And it doesn't have Razor syntax support. Correct. Degas. I like VS, but I've recently been trying Rider, and I'm liking a lot. Oh, good for you. I'm glad you enjoy Rider. It's nice to have another product out there that's going to push the development of Visual Studio to keep us on our toes, and it's good to have competition. Take a look at the VS Code Solution Explorer in the marketplace. Tried that on my Mac since VS for Mac seems not fully baked yet, and couldn't get the hang of it. I probably should have given it a bit more patience. Actually, in what I'm thinking, tell me what you think, chat room. In May, I'm thinking of all May doing Macintosh May and doing all .NET Core development on my Mac and working here on my Mac and using either Visual Studio Code or Visual Studio for Mac all month long. What do you think? Does that sound like a fun experiment? Let me know. Let's see. +5 internet points. Is that like 5 points for Gryffindor? Alright, let's try this and see if we can get that Azure command. Cool, alright. Sounds like we like that idea. Let's see if we can get my Azure command to work here. Application starting. We're seeing my user interface. Good. Come on. Waiting to see it finish connecting to Twitch here. Which is really weird because it already served how much of the code. There it is. What happened here? Trying to connecting to Mixer, it blew up. That's fine, I don't care. But let's try. Want to know if someone uses an Apple product? Just wait, they'll tell you. Alright, so let's look back at my wiki here. Not there. Wiki. So let's ask it, what editor does Jeff use? And nothing. I think it would be great if you added your command handlers to DI. Find classes and assemblies as you do now. Just register them in DI that use get services to get the list of commands. I could, but I have those sitting out in a different project right now. Let's come back to that. I don't think it hit that at all. So let's come up here. Else if eMessage ends with. Let's see if we hit that. Someone asked a question. Oh, it didn't answer Joe's question. It didn't even process it or get down there. Let's see what's going on here. We should be connected. There we go. It was an exception from, what's it called? Gosh, it didn't even get down to here. Right, I want it to get there. Dude, you kind of look like Patrick Rothfuss. Patrick Rothfuss? Is Jeff nice? Will it? No. Oh, you know what? Yeah, right here. If the first character is not the command prefix, it returns. I don't want to do that. Can we trick the bot? I think we can. No. It's right here. If the command prefix, if that exclamation point isn't there, it's not going to continue processing. I need to also add or e.message.ends with question mark. If it does not end with a question mark. Okay. So then we'll drop through, substring split to get the segments. Let's just try that for right now and see if I can get it to pop through. So, yeah, Mixer being stupid. Does it work now? Can we trick the bot? Do you find it difficult to concentrate on code and answer Twitch chat? Thought of doing a Pomodoro timer, then checking chat every 20 minutes. 20 minutes is way too far apart. Nobody will pick up. What is the stream uptime? Not there yet, Chinescu. That would be a good one. E-message trim, maybe. Hang on. We're still waiting for it to connect. Now it's listening. Now go ahead and ask your questions. Right. This music. Didn't hit it. Didn't hit it. Oh, very cute. That's a little Bobby Tables command. Drop database. Yeah, let's see where that goes. Rats. There we go. Yep. You know what? Ow. Oh, you know what? It's hitting that one first. I have the order of the checks. So is null or empty does not equal command prefix. It should be. So this is if this. If cart length -1 equals, yeah. I think this needs to be an AND. No, wait a sec. All right, we're going to exit if there is no message. Or this should be like that. Right, where or it's not the exclamation point to start. It's not an exclusive or yeah. That should get through now. So how are you handling the possibility of injection type attacks, or is it not possible at all with your bot setup? It's not possible. Why would you exit it if it doesn't end with a question mark? If you ask a question that doesn't end with a question mark, I'm not going to parse it. And there it goes. Now it connected properly to Mixer. Alright, so here's the first message, and it is, sorry, playing catch up. That should drop through. This one is Jeff's editor. Here we go. Now it still returns. eMessage 0, Jeff's editor. Oh, that is true. I have this backwards. Yeah. What was it? John was saying just look for ends with and the delegate to a new function. That's not a bad idea. Because I'm almost delegate waiting coming down here to do this. So let's put that right up front. Hang on. I'm getting my logic twisted now. If it's null or empty, I'm getting my logic all twisted in my mind and I'm confused now. That's not good. Right, because I want to say message. I want to say message is empty. Or message doesn't start with and doesn't end with. So this should be that. No, I want it to be like that. Yeah. You start it and I say it. Hey, look at that. Wiki Dave, thank you for the subscription. I'll make sure that we that'll be another contribution to Girl Develop It to help women and underserved minorities learn how to write code. Thanks so much. I appreciate that. But somebody was asking about being able to handle writing code and answering the chat room at the same time. Yes, I love the bot salute when new folks subscribe. That's great. Where'd it go? Somebody was asking about me. Kyle Ballard, do you find it difficult to concentrate? Yeah, I can't do it with a timer. Nobody will be able to pick that up. Ooh, look at that. C# bot question mark. That should go through to the next. Yes, it did. Haha. So segments, sharpbot. So that won't, right? That'll blow up. That won't go anywhere. Right? If it ends with a question mark, now it's actually going to try and do it off the Q&A command. Here we go. And the full command text. Yeah, that's... Response, deserialized object, response string. I'm going to put a break right there and jump to that. Remote server returned 404 not found. 404 not found? I have bitwise or in there. Where? Where was it? Q&A maker URI base. That should... Hang on. Go back to this. Here. You know what? It's not published. Yeah. That should work now. See if my statement, you should do that on the first statement in the onMessage function. If it ends with handle question, e-message, and then other stuff. Okay, we can do that. We can do that. That's not a bad idea. So let's say if e, right, it was e.message, yeah. Ends with question mark. Handle Azure question. Handle, yeah, let's do it that way. And I'm going to pass in e.message. I do need to do that check to make sure that I'm not getting questions too fast. That is... So, yep, and then the user, sure. Command's too fast. Let's just take a look at that real quick. So the named command I'm going to pass in is, I'm just going to call it Q&A. User is, oh, here's where it does that Yeah, active users. I'm gonna put that in here for right now. And then I can... Yeah, let's call this Azure user key. And I'll fix this later because I don't like that too much. Azure user. All right. So handle Azure question. Let's generate that method, which is that bit right there, and I can get rid of this else. Hang on. No, it was this bit inside here. Right? Get rid of that, and then come down to there and paste in. I don't have the chat service yet. It's the sender as iChat service. All right, so we need to pass that in. Right? I need that. Will it add that parameter? Nope. Rats. Okay. This needs to be a sync task, which means up here, breakpoint, breakpoint. All right. I think that does it a little bit better. I still have an error in here somewhere. Where is it? E. Yeah, I don't have the username, and well, this is just message now. And up here, where to go? E.username. There we go. Use switch and pattern matching. Oh, hang on. Back up. I'm not using a webhook here. It's an and. Are you missing a second? No. No, when you do when you do double, that is an exclusive, that's it's a short circuit operator. If this is true, it doesn't even look at the second argument. Same thing with the ands. If this is false, it doesn't even look at the second argument when you use the double. When you have a single operator there, it will test both sides before it evaluates. We use double for standard ands and ors. You should return after handle Azure question. You're absolutely right. Oops. There we go. All right, let's give that a shot. Yeah, it's a short circuit operator. In VB, they call it, I forget what they call it. It's like and. I forget what there's. It's an. I can't remember. It's like and equals or and true. Now it's on line 130. What's on line 130? Why would you not want to short circuit? Because I want it to... hang on. Let me come back to that question. All right, so now it's there. How are you, Azure? Now I didn't even get there. Ask your question again. Jeff's editor. All right, message ends with, oh, there's that woodchuck one. All right, fine. So bounce through. Okay, so here comes the woodchuck question. Getting the chat service, executing. Okay, and I want to come down to the response string. No good match found in the knowledge base. So it's not going to respond with anything. Cool. Next question, Jeff's editor. Handle the Azure question. And the response string is... There it is, Visual Studio 2017. So here it should output that information. Let's get the response score, and it's a 70, so we should see that message. There we go. There we go. Or else, right? So it's going to ignore that. Yep, there it goes, and it drops through. All right, so this one is, what is my mobile number? Let's see what it says for that one. No good match in the knowledge base. Null? Oh, yeah. Right, actually, I don't want it on there. I want to put a break on there. 0. No good match. What was the question? To be or not to be. So there you go. So the markdown is messing things up. That's not terrible. 0 on that one. So that's not bad. So now I've got a bot that will answer questions based on what's in the wiki. And that's pretty cool. Oh, did I welcome Zeranex? Welcome. Thanks for joining us today. Look forward to seeing you in the chat room. But I think this is pretty good at this point. What is this music? Now you're just trying to mess with me. Ooh, the remote server returned a 400 bad request. Really? What is this music? Nope. Okay, so that happened because... It's a good catch. I think the query we're going to need to URI encode. Query equals query equals is it? No. Where's the URI encoder? Web utility URL encode. That's what I want. URL encode. System net web utility. Net. There we go. Get rid of some of that. That should work now. Sounds like porn music. No, no, no. No, you asked the question a little bit sooner. There, now it's attached. Now we can ask the question. There you go. Why did it break? 0. Doesn't know the answer to that. HTML URI encode? No. There you go. What is this music? There we go. That should get a score. Ooh, only a 38. The music comes from... So, maybe we need to make it a little bit higher. A little bit lower than 51. How many different hats does Jeff own? 20? Really? What's it think the response should be with that? Hang on. Where was the query? How many different hats does Jeff own? And it wants to respond about Visual Studio. So that score is a 20. And the previous one was like a 30-something. That's interesting. All right, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to... You're right, it did match on me. So let's edit this. How many hats does Jeff own? No one knows the real answer to this question because his wife keeps discarding a different one each month and doesn't tell him. Just ask about his Philly.net hat. Alright. Added hats question. So here's the thing. Every time I edit this, I'm going to need to go over to Q&A Maker and go back and... Right, see, I'm going to have to retrain. Yeah, I have to reload it, in fact. Right now, if I go back to knowledge base, actually, it doesn't have it. Ooh, look at that. Any way to automate that? There, Bobby, that's the next question is there... Oh, wait a sec, look at that. It didn't format it properly. Oh. That. Still, if I come back over here, is it replace? No, I don't want to replace. If I click refresh, no, it's not running right now. Hang on, we'll come back. We'll get it running. We'll have fun. There it is. But somebody was saying I'm going to need to figure out how to reformat this markdown as, right, like Twitch isn't formatting that link for me when it puts it in. Then I'm going to have to click publish. Yeah, and republish. So that feels like it needs to be a webhook to drive that. So now I can rerun. Right, is that language question, is that on my... Oh yeah. Let's see, the bot get connected. Is there a webhook for GitHub Wiki? If so, you can create a function that listens to the webhook. Yes. I think you're right, Banifus. I think that's exactly what we want to do, is webhook and then automate that redeployment. I think Twitch will format the link. Well, go ahead, Malachi. Ask your question about the language again. There we go. There comes Sushinator. That's only a 47. Does Jeff have hats? And that one's only a 35. Part of me thinks I need to tune this down to like 30. You know? Maybe that'll get us at least some questions coming back. And Rich was saying there's a way to inspect and tune the Q&A maker based on other questions that it's received. $30 seems like the sweet spot, yeah. Yeah, there's a way to inspect and then triage what it receives. There we go. It's connected. Here it comes. So I'm just gonna stop that one. Let's just take a quick peek. There we go. This one will be output. There we go. All right. That looks a little bit better. All right. Nope, not going to get an answer to those. Haha. But we can create pull requests, put them in the wiki, and then rebuild and have it fire off and rebuild our Q&A. But there is definitely something to... No, it doesn't know how to do that. But there's definitely something to the idea of wanting to be able to train it further. Right? Currently it is free to use. It's metered. My URLs have valid, okay, format. Do I need to use bot framework? No. Can I create a bot with Q&A maker? Yes, that's what I've done. Oh, do I like cat in the hat? The updates that I made to my knowledge base are not reflected. Why can't my knowledge base with the upload feature? Upload feature, no. When should I refresh my subscription keys? Oh, I'm going to need to do that. How safe is the data? Does the knowledge base support rich data or multimedia? No. Does the Q&A maker support non-English? It's only tested in English at this point. How can I increase transaction limits? Current transaction limits are 10 calls per minute and 10,000 per month. Wow. Why is my SharePoint link? Can I integrate Lewis with Q&A maker? That's what I need. Is Lewis in Q&A maker? How many children does Jeff have? No, it's not going to tell you that. And it's all in JavaScript. That feels bad. All right. I like the idea of including the certainty in the message, not just the answer. So let's do this. Let's go like that, this, and let's say response dot, ooh, not caps, score toString 0% certainty, and it doesn't like that. Yeah. Let's put an @ on that. Now I'm getting weird. Ooh, standby reloading. That's nice. According to some people on the internet, Twitch does not support link formatting. Drat. Certainty is inside the... Ah! Thank you. And this should end there, which means these are okay like that. So let's do, if it's above 50, we'll just answer it like that. You know what? Let's move the send message async below this. Nah, I'll leave it right here. I'm not certain, but perhaps this will help. That's not bad. Let's see how that works. And then I think we'll wrap up after that. And then we can do some more. We can try and integrate Lewis next time. But I think our friend Brady Gaster. Brady, are you out there? Brady? Earth to Brady. Let's see if we can get Brady on the blower here. There it goes. Yeah, I was thinking about that, Sushinator. That's what I was kind of going back and forth on. Let's see how this works now. But perhaps this will help. No good match found in the knowledge base. 0% certainty. Oh, I just have it as an else. This should be else if response.score greater than 30. Paging Mr. Herman. Oh, there are some folks streaming and ready to be rated? Really? Who? I wouldn't mind being rated. I could use a good raid. let's see what happens here. Dev chatter. Oh, I rated him Saturday. Let's see. Here it goes. Connected and some kind of minimum threshold on the guesses. You're right. I want it to be at 30. Right? What's up, dog? $37.28. Look, what is that number? 37.28 percentage. Oh, you know what? The score is between 0 and 100. So I don't need the percent. Here we go. Right, I can do it like that. And put percent there like that. Right, just move this over here. And that should look better. Certainly certain. I know, right? Oops. There we go, and we'll see the bot connect over here. There it goes. What are some of the questions that it knows how to answer? Let's see. Yep, so what language is this? Doesn't like it. What was the question? Where is it? Let's... What music is playing? Cool. Oh, that's great. That worked really, really well, actually. You're right. We need to worry about formatting those links. What hat does the editor wear? It's not going to answer that. I should put something in there about what hat I'm wearing each day and get it to rebuild. But that's not bad. That's not bad at all. We're getting there, right? I mean, for a first pass and not really tuning and really just saying, grab these and match with what's in the GitHub wiki, this is actually pretty handy. I mean, there's more we can tune here. Hat emoji and decode those. Yes, absolutely. You're right, John. We should do some HTML decoding here. But for right now, oh, Janescu. That's a good one. So that's suggesting we use Lewis, the natural language interpreter. Turn that around and fire that against the bot. Hat emoji. Let's see. Can do that. Probably no reason to have the certainty percentage in the 50 plus. You're right. You're right. It's not a bad idea. Yeah, Malachi, I need to HTML decode what's coming down. HTML decode, URL decode. It's going to be one of those. But I'm pretty happy with where we are at this point. I'd like to also log some of that information that the Azure cognitive services are doing. Let me see. Here we go. Let's see if we can get a message over to Brady. Hey, buddy. Got the Azure cognitive services wired up to my chat room on Twitch and Mixer on stream right now. Accuracy for the uptime might be a little bit much. You're right. Let's go fix that. Pardon me, let's go fix the, what was it, Uptime Command. Stream has been up for uptime dot value, and the value is a time span. Let's put a toString on that. I want to do that as a, oh geez. I want to, what is it? HMM? Is that the format? I always forget the time format. .NET time format. I always forget these custom strings. Come on. There it goes. I want the time markers. What is it for minutes? Is it M or is it N? It's M. It's lower M's. All right. And then we can do seconds, and that's probably plenty accurate enough. And that'll help with the uptime. What was another question we had there? We got to do the... You know what? Let's take a look at that Azure command. Oh, thanks so much, Meat Pops.
Jeff's hats?
Because you asked. I've literally got dozens sitting here next to me, okay? They're on the shelf here. I need to hang them up. So yes, thanks so much, Meat Popsicle, for the subscription. To use, all right, fine. All right, we'll use the too short time here. Right, value dot. I tried it, right? Well, it's a time span. It's not a date time. Right, so yeah. How big is Jeff's hat closet? Not big enough. Alright, that should work. That should be alright for me. Can I just control .NET braces? Oh, look at that. Do it again. That makes me feel good. Can we do this one too? Thank you. Alright. I wear a lot of different hats on my... Yes, I do. Alright, so I wanted to do, not the result, the Q&A command. Write that response text. So when it deserializes into response string, let's say response dot answer equals, is it going to be web utility? I think it's going to be URL decode response.answer. I think that's what I need to do. And you're right, I think we can drop the certainty on this one. Alright, let's give that a shot. And then I think we'll pass this one. I think we'll call this one good for today, because this has been really good. I'm thrilled with how far we've gotten with this. Here we go. Alright, let's see what happens over here. Because once I get this wired up so that I can see what's going on here. There we go. I'm going to want to triage and kind of see some of the questions that I get that I don't have an answer to in some sort of a console So then maybe I can create additional answers in my wiki. So here is, okay. So there's that it didn't URL decode that ##39s. Is it, all right, let's go to the immediate window. All right, I'm gonna lock this guy down here. Let's see. Is it web utility dot, is it gonna be HTML decode? Response dot answer? Yeah, that's the one. I want HTML decode, not URL. Give that a shot again. Now, where did it see that question from? Because I don't see it coming in from either chat room. I haven't seen any messages from Mixer in a long time. You're absolutely right, Sushinator. I am, not only am I going to remove it, but I'm also going to rotate the key. And my number of viewers over here isn't counting. It hasn't changed at all. I see a different number of viewers over here. Input string was not in the correct format. Now, where's that coming from? Ooh, this is the time span for an uptime request. Right? Yeah. Well, that's gonna break. Yep. So that uptime format didn't, right? It's a time span. Hang on. .NET time span to string. So that's actually one of the ways that I was looking at updating this standby reloading, was having a key there. Number of days, number of hours, number of minutes, number of seconds. That's what I have in there. Why didn't it like that? And why didn't I see the uptime command in the chat rooms? Hang on, let's do this. I'm going to go to my viewer count here and refresh that. Yeah, I'm not getting new data. Oh, there we go. That's better. And the follower goal, that should have reloaded on its own. You whispered the commands. Devious. Devious. Let's see. Let's try that again. Is this a Discord bot? Is the question from Frosted We Fall. No, this is just an open-ended bot that I've taught how to connect to different services. Connecting to Discord shouldn't be too bad to add as another chat service. It knows generically how to connect to a chat service. So we should be able to add a definition for Discord and it learn and discover how to connect. Good question, Frosted We Fall. And the source code's all going to be available, so we should be able to make that available. Folks take it, use it, reuse it. I like the idea. There we go. I can see the uptime command. So here we go. Right, service uptime value to string. That. Oh, you stink. Look at that. Fine. Requires a thread to run. Fine. Take a thread. Do it. Throw an exception of system format exception. But I'm looking at The return string is formatted with the C format specifier that has, and I don't want all the fractional nonsense off the end. It doesn't like it. After today, people will start checking your trash, hoping to find a random hat. Alright, I get it. Why doesn't it like... Because if I do the value to string, yeah. Right, if I do that, right, I'm gonna get that really ugly, yeah. And if I try to, right, if I try and give it that, standard time, just subtract the milliseconds. That's what I did. What is better, ASP or .NET? Well, standard time span format strings. Where is that? Standard time span format strings. Way to go, random guy. I get it. Come on. Duration to string C. And right, so it looks like I should be using the C format specifier. No, it still has the... Right, if it has those out there... I don't want it to show that stuff. Right, but I can use custom time... Stop it! Custom time span format strings. And I should be able to say... Excuse me. Oh, look at that. Look, I need to use a backslash in between them. That's what it is. That's what it is. Which means that this needs to be an @ sign, doesn't it? Yeah, see that? All right. Yeah, what did it... All right. We'll let this go, and then I think we're done for the day. Come on. Just about there. There it is. Alright, so the bot's connecting good. Somebody firing Uptime in there. See if we can get that command popping out a little bit cleaner. Oh, no, it doesn't like you, Malachi. You've been flagged. Oh. Why am I getting all these commands, these comments about the music? Is somebody asking questions about that on a whisper? But that looks much better on that uptime. Fantastic. 3.5 hours in. I'll take it. Terrific. So I'm going to stop right there. Yeah, I'm stopping. That's what I'm doing. All right, so I'm going to pull out my subscription ID there. Cycle that. I agree. I don't think it should be answering questions on Whisper. I don't think it should be doing anything on Whisper. So I'm gonna take out that subscription ID, move it into a configuration item, into a secret key, and I'll check this into GitHub right after we get off stream here, and then I'll publish our content over to YouTube as soon as I'm done here. Thanks so much, everybody, for joining me today. It was a little bit late startup, but I think we had a good time, and we learned some things, and we got this neat Azure cognitive services integration working, and I'm really thrilled with how that's operating. So thank you, everybody, for joining me. I will see you next time. That'll be Thursday. Yeah, Thursday morning, 10 a.m., my usual time. We'll see you then.